Hello, Hope. I wanted to tell you about what's happening this Sunday. It'll be a little different, but it'll be exciting, I think. And it's a congregational meeting. I know you hear meeting, that doesn't sound exciting, but this one really is. I want to explain to you that we are a Presbyterian church. It's not in our name, but Hope is a Presbyterian church. And what that means is, in the Greek, the word presbyteros is where we get the word elder, and it means to be ruled by the elders, meaning we don't have popes or bishops, but that we have a prayerfully elected group of people that lead the church. And so in some ways you'd have like a triangle in a lot of business organizations where there's someone at the top, the CEO or the Pope, and then everyone else falls underneath. But the way we see our governance is an upside down triangle. And the idea is that the pastor serves the session who leads the church. And the session is the group of elders. So in a sense, I am being led by the elders, even though I'm one of them, but it is a group that we elect as a church. And so for some of you, you're familiar with this. For others, you're not as much. But I want to remind people that as we talk about the organization or the business of the church, that's still ministry. That as we talk about budget or who leads, or that is honoring to God. It is ministry. And so what will happen this Sunday is towards the end of worship, we will have this, what is basically a business meeting. And so I'll call it to order. And what we'll do is there'll be some reports. So a little bit about what's going on with our new deacon ministry. And so Kathy will share about that. Will talk about our finances and a budget that's been approved by the elders as we go forward. So just some real helpful information that you all can know as we go forward. But then the elders, the current elders, are going to nominate an elder for you to vote on, and that is Dixon McLean. So several months ago, we said, do any of you prayerfully think that there are people who you think would be a good fit to be an elder, an overseer of our church? And we got some names, and we've kept those names in a list, right? We still have them. But Dixon's name, we got several, and the elders felt like for what we need right now, that Dixon would be a good fit. And so we are asking the church to vote on that. And what's going to happen is that he will be replacing Henry Hawthorne, who will roll off. And so our elders have been serving for a long time, longer than really they should without a break. And so we would love to do a 3-year rotation, but we started up the church, and so some of them have been there 4.5 years. And so now it's time for them to take a break and for new leaders to come on. So that's what's happening. And part of the thing about Dixon is that we need to, now that we're a 5-year-old church, there are some things internally that we need to keep kind of working on as an organization. We could be into building conversation, which we have been, leasing, buying. This is stuff Dixon has all done. We've had to get bylaws updated and ordered. That is stuff that Dixon has been very helpful in. So that part, his wiring, his giftedness, we believe has already been and will be a gift to what we need as a church. There will be other types of gifts that we need as an elder, but this next one, we're really excited to nominate Dixon. So there will be a bio below me in the newsletter of here. If you don't know Dixon, if you've been at Hope, you know Dixon, but if you don't know Dixon, here's some information about him. But I also want to tell you some things about who votes. So this is where it gets a little interesting. The people that vote on, I'll say, all those in favor of Dixon being an elder at Hope, raise your hand. All those opposed, who knows? Someone might be opposed to Dixon. But those that raise their hand are those that have been through Hope Next. We have done many iterations of Hope Next where we talk about what it means to be a disciple, tell you a little about ECO, our denomination. And at this point in the journey, those are the people who will vote. If you haven't been through that, we will have more Hope Next, which is kind of an entry into the church. And part of us hiring Allie Jo Forrester is we want to make that better. We want to make that more consistent so that we can help get our new people really connected. And then what we would call a covenant partner of our church. What does it mean to be in covenant with one another as we honor this covenant that we have from God? So we're going to get better at that. But for this point, the people that will vote are those who have been through Hope Next. So my guess is that this will go 15 minutes longer than a normal worship service. So we'll do a little bit shorter worship service, and then we'll go into this time where we share this information and then where we vote on Dixon. So that's what it's going to look like. I'm looking forward to it because I think it's just a sign that God has been doing some great stuff in our church. And so we'll see you at 10 o'clock for the worship service with this congregational meeting to follow. And if you have any questions, let us know, but make sure and read the bio below about Dixon. And we'll see you Sunday. Have a great week.